What's up? It's time to unbox the Rise of Evil. This is something that I've been looking forward to. This is going to be a good one. Let's go. Okay, so the Rise of Evil is the origin pack, and just like I've been talking about for the longest time about the malleable universe that is Masters of the Universe, that is Motu, that is He-Man, I kind of love this idea. I love the idea that they made this toy retro. I love the idea that they have the palace in the background here on the art, because the first thing we normally talk about with this is the art. And as you can see, with them putting that there, that means that they're kind of confirming the idea of the whole Elder Council thing. And then we'll get the look right here at this. That's really solid artwork. Absolutely fantastic. Just like so many of these, the art is part of this. The art is such a part of this. Absolute magnificent box again, like every other box. But the coolest thing about this one is that you get Keldor, and then you get this dude named Cronus. And Cronus very much seems to be the Trapjaw guy before he becomes that Trapjaw guy. And Keldor, of course, for so many people, this is their version of Skeletor. They love the idea that Keldor is Skeletor. And I get it. I get it because it's a good storyline. But you've already heard from me personally, I like the idea that he's this monstrous, otherworldly, dark wizard thing, and his as far as I like it to be, I like his origins to be mysterious. I like this Skeletor. I like the Skeletor that very much came out of nowhere, that was kind of deposited on their universe and is now kind of a plague to them and is this dangerous thing. I don't discredit the Keldor idea at all. I really do like that idea. I think it's very solid, but personally, for me, I like the bigger universe aspect of making things interdimensional and kind of crazy, and Eternia being a realm of its own and a fantasy realm of eternal adventure. I really like that idea, and I very much like the idea that there's this bad thing that happens. And then I like the idea of like the alternate He-Man thing, the one that's pure black with the red hair, which comes from a very different kind of Eternia. And I like these interdimensional, crazy warriors crossing over and fighting in a single dimension type of thing, because it allows for play, for a D&D-esque kind of aspect, for play, what these things were originally meant for, toys. That Skeletor works for me, because he's just this dark wizard, horrible thing from another dimension that's implanted into their thing, and they've got to deal with it now. The heroes have to deal with it now. But I can't put past the idea of the family intrigue when you give me something like Keldor that then has become Skeletor. Like, it's so good. Let's unbox this, because this is a pack that I really am looking forward to. Man, look at this figure. This figure looks great. Okay, so I got him out of the first part of the case, and my first impression is that this is pretty cool. This guy looks a little funny to me, but that's okay, because I kind of got my own idea for that, and Keldor looks great. Like, he really does look great. I really like the Skeletor headpiece. That's definitely going to be the headpiece that I personally use for him. I'm more about Skeletor. I'm not really about Keldor. I like that his cape is not cloth. It's an older, like very much how they do a lot of capes, especially in some older toys where the cape is very much just like a plasticky-esque material. I don't know how to explain it. Rubbery almost. I like that. One thing that I'm really noticing, though, that I really like so far, and I haven't taken these out yet, but like this coloring for the weapons is fantastic. Like, it's really, really cool. I really like that it starts at that green and then moves down to that dark color. Oh, first impressions of it, this is really solid. This is really cool. So let's switch now. Let's go to actually looking at them. Let's turn the camera and everything. I'll give you my impressions of the toys in general. Alright, so let's take a closer look. There's the two figures right here. Now, I really like Cronus, or whatever his name is here. I really kind of like that he's almost goofy looking. He just kind of comes off like some mercenary guy, and that kind of works for me. Bounty hunter, mercenary, some sort of hit-for-hire dude, and that works for me, especially for what he becomes later on. I do like that quite a bit. I like his gun. I like these little green things because the coloring on this is simple, which is true for most of these characters because they're very much playing to the idea that these are retro toys, that they're meant to kind of look the age that they're kind of trying to simulate. In fact, for reference in general, which I don't have this figure, but I do have another Skeletor, so we'll look at that actually real quick, and I'll show you what I mean, is that the coloring idea is much deeper on one than it is on the other. If you'll notice, on Skeletor, the colors aren't very dark. This is very based on the original paint job and whatnot. And he doesn't have this little diamond thing here, this little gem, and he doesn't have this green thing here. He has it, but it's not colored in and things like that. And of course, this Skeletor head is phenomenal. I mean, it is absolutely phenomenal. I love the way that head is, the way that sculpt is. It's just so good. And I'll put it on him here after a little while and we'll look at it. But the star attraction for me of this is without a doubt Keldor. Now, there is a problem with Keldor. And this is what the problem is. This is cool. I like that he comes off almost like a battle mage. I like that he can't hold his sword all of a sudden. I like that he has two hands, okay? And what I mean by that is that the Skeletor and the He-Man don't. The Skeletor and the He-Man have one hand. Very much one hand. You could tell it's one hand, and the other hand is like a posing hand. But this dude's kind of like a battle mage. He has a dark power sword of He, and then he has his own little Havoc staff, which is cool because it almost looks like energy is charged to the top and is ready to shoot, where the bottom is very much like the original normal Havoc staff. I love that idea. I like his face, actually, too. The more I got to looking at him after I really got him out of there and got him turned around and everything, it's solid. It looks good. It really, truly does. It looks solid. That's a good face once I can get it focused in here. That's a really solid mold. It looks great. It really does. I like the way it comes out and everything. I like his long hair. I like his boots because I like the human feet type of thing. One problem, and it is somewhat of a big problem, that I'm literally trying. You're watching me try. I'm going to spread his feet out a little more. No, that doesn't work. Okay, we're going to put one foot forward. Maybe we'll kind of hunch him over, cause a little thing like that, bring his arms up maybe. You've got to fight with him like crazy to get him to stand. His cape is too heavy. His cape is too heavy. It's literally knocking him over, and that is a crying shame because the cape is legit cool. Maybe the cape will work if he's on a battle cat or something like that, but as it stands right now, the cape isn't helping him. It's a literal hindrance. And it just so happens that I want to see the Skeletor look anyway, and the cape is not part of that. So let's check that out. Let's take his head and let's fix him up so that he's Skeletor, and we'll take another look at him. And here's the Skeletor version. Now, after I got this, I messed with him for a little while, and it actually took me a while to stand him just like this. He seems almost like there's more material, or maybe the feet aren't as, I don't know. It's really hard to explain because I don't necessarily notice that he's any different than, say, He-Man in terms of his feet. In fact, his feet should be better because his feet are actually smaller than these feet. So I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that's tipping him over, if this is maybe heavier than the other one, because The other Skeletor doesn't seem to have this problem. It takes very little for me to get him to stand. Here, watch. Put that Skeletor, mess with his feet a little bit. Bend him over. There. He's there. He's fine. Pull his foot forward, back him up. There he is. He's standing. Now the other one, when I tried to do somewhat of a dynamic pose with him, I kind of moved his knees a bit, put him out, put this arm up like this, moved his head down, moved his arm back, which he drops this staff very easily, by the way. That's another little thing about him that's a little irritating. Look, I'm really fighting with it here. Come on, man. Feet. Work, feet. He almost needs a stand, almost. Yeah, there, I got him. But yeah, it was a bit of a pain in the butt. I don't know what it is that's making him heavier or weird, but it's really not good. I really don't like that idea. And then this is falling out of his hand again. He does not want to hold anything. It's almost like his hands are too small. I really don't know what's going on. I don't. Here, we'll try to get this into his hand, and it barely fits. I mean, like, yeah, there, he dropped it again. So let's try this. Okay. Nope, even still. Does not want to hold the sword. Does not want to hold the sword. There, now he does. Somewhat. His thumb seems to be pushing the sword out of his hand. Like, little by little, second by second, the thumb seems like it's pushing it out of his hand. Little bit of a problem. I don't know if I'm going to have to work with him. If maybe I'm going to have to kind of bend his thumb and force it into position or something like that. Or if maybe I'm going to have to... I don't know. I'm not sure 100% what I'm going to have to do to make it work. But without the cape, there is a little bit of a problem here too. And it seems more noticeable on him. And that's the neck. Just kind of goes right into that hood. And normally that's okay. As you can see, normally that's okay. But for some reason it's more noticeable. And I think it's because the color is darker and it's a lot more expressive. And that kind of pulls that out. Now, this is still an amazing figure. This is still, give me time with it, and I will figure him out. He's very cool looking. He's not something I'm looking to just kind of sidestep. He has his own little problems. I do have a couple of issues, but I think they're issues that can easily be worked out. Let's pop his head off here. Boop. Let's put his cape on him. See if it helps the hood a little bit. Line his neck back up. And you just pop his head back on. Boop, there it is. Oh, did I get him to stand with the cape? With the cape. See? Got it. It's going to take a little messing with him to figure out where his feet is and where his like center of gravity is. Because the cape adds weight to him, changes the way he's going to stand. And like right now, we just got him to stand like that. But I have a feeling that if I put the staff in his hand, he's not going to stand like that. So right now he's standing. There's the cane. Oh, got him. Got him. Okay. Neat. It's just going to take some work. It's going to take some work to figure out how he stands. All in all, very solid though. Very happy. I really can't complain. So this is solid. And this is the way to display him. It really is. This is the way right here. With this, it's so good. I really like his staff. Like, I really like the fact that his armor has a little bit more detail. I like the cape. I think that it really kind of brings it all together. And his face, his skull is so good. I mean, it's good. It's like crazy, crazy good. Here. There. The way those eyes gleam in there is solid. It is substantially cool. In the right light, right there, see, he has gleams in his eyes. Those are actually little gems. They're like little gems, little red glass pieces or something like that. Maybe it's just a shimmering plastic, but whatever it is, it's really cool. And his face has a glow about it. The skull has a little bit of a glow, like there's a green, nasty paint about him, where the normal Skeletor doesn't have that. Now, this is a Series 5 or Wave 5 Skeletor, but if you're looking at his head doesn't have the same shine that the other does, and it has just normal red eyes, where he has this shine about him, and he has that little gleam in his eye that happens. That's super cool. Both these are really cool, but I mean, what are you going to do when Skeletor is just like cool? He just is. Little bit by little bit, we're tearing through these figures, and this is one of the coolest ones yet. Like I said, I don't hate the Keldor look, but Skeletor all day. I will say, after getting a good look at the Keldor figure though, somewhat inspired to make Keldor on Soul Calibur 6. I am. I literally am. I think it fits the universe for Soul Calibur. I think it works really well. I think you can do him with a couple of different fighting styles and it would work really simply. It's cool. It's cool. He's cool. This is cool. This is a damn cool figure. The only thing at this point, there we go. Now, there's only 2 things left in the origin line to open before we get to the castle. That is 2 Panthors, which shouldn't be a huge episode because really we discussed Battle Cat, and so Panthor is really going to be a comparison between the Panthor with and without the real fur. And then the other one to talk about would be to open up the Battle Cat He-Man Battle Pack thing. The one with the battle armor. And that one I'm kind of looking forward to too, because I really like that silver color thing they got, that gleaming metal reflective chrome thing they got going on. Either way, another figure added to the shelf. Keldor added to the shelf. That's pretty cool. And that's that. That's that for right now. Later.
I have spoken. Take what you will from it.